Hello friends, today we will discuss a topic which is applicable to all, irrespective of your gender, qualification, employment, residence, color and caste, that is tax. Everyone is paying tax in one form or another. Now the basic question that come to our mind is, what is tax? Are we all bound to pay tax? Who is empowered to levy such tax? Is it so that tax is to be paid even if we don't have any income? What are the types of taxes? For all these questions, let us visit this session. Now, what are the taxes or taxation system in India? Tax is nothing. It is a compulsory extraction or it is a compulsory levy by the government on all its citizens. It is compulsory. There is no optional. Tax is a compulsory extraction by the government. And this tax provides a major source of revenue to the government so that government can meet its public expenditures. Government can spend for the public expenditures or public work. Now, where from the government got the power? Article 246 of our constitution, where Schedule 7 is there, which contains the power which empowers the government to levy taxes. In that schedule, we have three different lists. First list is your union or central list. That means in this list, the activities or the things on which the central government can impose tax are being written. There are almost 14 heads of taxation available in union or central list. The second important list is your state list, where almost 19 heads of taxations are there. That means state government can impose taxation on 19 different activities. And third list, the last list in that 7th schedule, is your concurrent list, which doesn't contain any such taxation heads before introduction of GST. That means concurrent list includes all those activities or all those things on which both central government and state government can make rules, provisions and act. But in concurrent list, there are one or two heads where the local authority or local government, municipal corporation and so on, they can impose tax. Now, Article 246A, which was inserted with effect from 8 September 2016 with the amendment of the Constitution, which empowers the government to incorporate or to levy GST. Now, let us see the three-tier federal arrangement or federal system of taxation in India. You see, we have different taxation which are imposed by the central government or union government on its citizens. Like, here I have given few examples. Income tax, the taxes which are imposed on the income of the citizens. Customs duty, the tax which is imposed by the central government on the import and export of goods and services. Central excise, which is imposed by the central government on manufacturing or production. Service tax imposed on services And after implementation of GST, union government or central government is used to impose CGST, Central Goods and Services Tax, or IGST, Integrated Goods and Services Tax. Similarly, the state government, they used to levy VAT, value added tax, on all sales, transfer, sales tax, stamp duty, which is paid on purchase and sale of immovable property, land and building, land revenue, state excise on manufacturing of alcohol, professional tax payable by all the persons who are employed. Then now it is SGST, State Goods and Services Tax. Similarly, the local authority or municipality, they used to charge taxes like municipal tax, tax and property, and so on. So this is the three-tier federal arrangement in our country to impose tax. And here one important thing we need to know, that each government has a clear-cut guideline where they can impose tax. What type of tax can be imposed by central government, what type of taxes can be imposed by the state government, and what type of taxes can be imposed by local authority. Nobody can, for example, your union government cannot impose sales tax or VAT. At the same time, state government cannot impose income tax or service tax. So there is clear-cut distribution of power to different governments for imposing taxes on its citizens. Now, what are the classification of taxes? Taxes or tax can be of two types. Either it is a direct tax or indirect tax. Now, what is direct tax? Direct tax are normally imposed on the person. Indirect tax is normally imposed on the consumption or production. Another important thing you can identify whether a tax is the direct tax or indirect tax is, in case of direct tax, the impact and responsibility, impact or implications and responsibility always lies on one person. In case of direct tax, impact and responsibility lies on one person, or liability lies on one person. On the other hand, in case of indirect tax, the impact is on one person, whereas the responsibility or liability is on another person. Let us see some direct taxes. Income tax. Income tax again can be classified as personal taxation and corporate tax. Now, in case of income tax, any person who is having income is liable to pay income tax to the government or to the tax authority. So here liability lies with the person. At the same time, when the person is paying income tax, the impact is also on that person. So here impact and liability lies on the person. That's why it is a income tax is a direct tax. Similarly, there was wealth tax, gift tax, security transaction tax, etc. Wealth tax was abolished, gift tax has been merged with the income tax, and security transaction tax is still in force. Now coming to indirect tax, where the impose and impact is on two different impact and liability is on two different persons. Suppose sell tax, when you are purchasing any item from the seller, you are paying the taxes. That means impact is on the customer, but the liability to pay tax to the tax authority lies with the seller, not with the customers. So sales tax is an example of indirect tax. Similarly, customs duty, excise duty, VAT, service tax, these are example of your indirect taxes. Now, what are the existing indirect tax structure in India? Central government used to levy custom duty, excise duty, service taxes, central sales tax, and so on. There are so many taxes that are imposed by the central government. It may include basic custom duty, countervailing duty, anti-profiteering duty, safeguarding duty, and so on. Similarly, the state government used to impose VAT, value added tax, luxury tax, electricity duty, entertainment tax, entry tax, octroi tax, and so on. So these are our existing tax structure before introduction of GST. The GST has been implemented or introduced in India from 1st July 2017. So here is the tax structure before 1st July 2017. Now, what is the tax structure now after introduction of GST? You see, the GST subsumes almost all the taxes that were imposed by both central government and state government. And now all the taxes were subsumed and one tax is being replaced by that is GST, goods and services tax, which is a single tax, single administration. Why it is a single administration? GST top or the apex authority is your Central Board of Indirect Taxation Customs. So single administration, uniform law. This law is applicable uniformly throughout the country. It is applicable including Jammu and Kashmir, and this GST is totally a computerized uniform system. So it subsumes almost all the laws, all the tax administration, all the taxes of central government, state government into one platform, that is goods and services tax. Now this will give you an overall idea what are the taxes that are still applicable now even after introduction of GST. The central government used to impose CGST, Central Goods and Services Tax, IGST, Integrated Goods and Services Tax, compensation cess or compensation to different state sales, basic custom duty is still applicable on import, central excise duty is still applicable on petroleum product, tobacco product, research and development cess is applicable, export duty is applicable, anti-dumping duty is still applicable, safeguard duty is still applicable. These are the taxes still applicable and is being imposed by the central government even after implementation of GST. Now the state government used to impose state GST, VAT on petroleum product, toll fees, stamp duty on sale and purchase of property, road tax, state excise duty on alcohol production, professional duty still applicable, motor vehicle tax, electricity duty. All these taxes are being imposed by the state government, and local authority now is imposing municipal taxes and entertainment taxes. Earlier entertainment taxes were introduced or were imposed by state government, but now after introduction of GST, these entertainment taxes were subsumed in state GST, but here the local authority has the power to impose entertainment tax in a case specific of their local area. So these are the present taxes, indirect taxes system in India even after implementation of GST. So I hope this video will give you enough idea about the existing and present tax structure, more particularly indirect tax structure in India after implementation of GST. Thank you. Stay safe, stay at home.